Good morning, friends. It's so nice to be here. Thank you, Vijaya, Sangeeta, NESCOM team, Neha. They met me a few days back in Cybage offices. They made me aware of this event. They also made me aware that I've been missing from NESCOM circuit. This is my first NESCOM conference, and that too straight away on the podium. I don't know how keynotes work. I did ask Neha. I said, Neha, who are the participants? She said, industry trailblazers, tech enthusiasts, forward-looking visionaries. I mean, I didn't know there are backward-looking visionaries too. I said, so what am I going to tell them that they already don't know? She said, speak about propelling innovation for endless opportunities. I said, I was very happy to see that NESCOM also uses ChatGPT. Innovation for opportunities would have sufficed. I said, whatever that means, I'm sure there will be brilliant thought leaders globally who have spoken enough on this subject. What more can I add that won't put audience to sleep? So she told me, and this is the reason I took the morning slot, it's safer this way. So she said, she told my team rather, she said, Arun also is an industry stalwart. I'm sure the audience will be excited to hear him out. So here I am, a case of mistaken identity. I'm not a global thought leader. My exposure is very local. In fact, so local, Cybage headquarters is just 1 kilometer from here. That's where all my learnings reside. And over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share whatever Cybage has taught me over the years. And maybe you all are so bright, you will add up 2 and 2 together and connect innovation and opportunities. I hope you do that, otherwise they'll take away my NESCOM membership. So deep in an ocean, there lived a school of fish. They were of the same breed, color, and size. They swam, huddled, and hunted together. Since the group was tiny, it was very difficult for them to catch big prey to feed and grow. To make matters worse, the ocean was vast, swarming with sharks. Every now and then, a few will scoop down and snack up a few in the team. So the pool kept shrinking faster than it could reproduce. Disheartened, many started migrating to larger schools of fish to survive. Few adamant ones stayed put till it was all over. Sad ending. But the story is not over yet. There were another school of fish which witnessed this tragedy. And they decided they are not going to rely on organic means to grow, not by way of reproducing. Instead, inorganic strategies. So they started synchronized swims to attract the lure, to lure the nearbys. And the pool grew very fast. Enrollment from various breeds, different colors, sizes, shapes. Anchorage, they decided to multiply faster. Some went hunting for food, some scouting for predators, some forging tie-ups with other schools of fish. Soon, there was chaos, a random array of fish swimming in all directions, different speeds, bumping into each other, losing their ways, and all the commotion attracted more predators. Many were gobbled up, many went astray, and the remaining few drowned out of sheer desperation. Yes, this is 100% true story. Fish can drown too. It happened to many technology startups at the turn of the century. Some decide to stay thick and not pursue growth. Some decided inorganic ways to grow. Joint ventures, body shopping, merger acquisitions, even IPOs. And yet, they also hit the brick wall. Organic or inorganic innovation, either way, there was no hope. It was a no-win situation, And in that chaotic ocean, our Cybage also swam towards a fate that appeared no different. Big customers won't come. Senior employees won't stay. Management too raw, employees too junior. We just had one nice thing going for us. Somehow there were a lot of warm ambience in the company. All the outsiders were greeted by an ever-smiling receptionist. Our internal employees were privileged to have few good managers and clients who laughed a lot. And all the smiles and laughter rubbed onto fellow employees, fellow clients, and we had a very healthy, lovely ambience. But smiles and laughter do not fuel growth. Big ticket closures do. So Cybage's naive CEO, me, decided to write an audacious, daring mail to all the big daddies of the tech world. One iconic figure, Eckhart Pfeiffer of Compaq fame, somehow got fascinated, or amused rather, by my daring approach. And he asked the executive VP to check us out. Next, I find myself in this sprawling campus of Compaq computers in a huge conference room. This is in Houston. And opposite me is this big short VP sitting. He said, Arun, how big is Cybage? I said, quite big, 50 people. He chuckled. He said, come here. He said, peep outside this window. Now, this is what you call a big company, my boy. First become 10 times bigger, then maybe we will talk. So I came back to India with tail between my legs. The man was right. It was catch 22. To grow big, you need big ticket closures, but big ticket closures do not come till you are big. So we had this tiny leadership talk under one of our Panwala umbrellas in our yard. He said, what to do? He said, forget about all this growth. Let's be happy with what we have. And what we had was smiles and laughter. Now, people smile when they like each other. When one person succeeds, the other person not envious. This is only possible if the right ones succeed, worthy ones, and not the lucky ones. And people will laugh a little more when there's less stress in the environment. This can only happen if your customers are comfortable, they feel at the center of the universe for you, each one, and have that kind of rapport with their partner employees as an extension where nobody is getting lucky or unlucky depending on the right place at the right time. Where employees do not have to worry about the outcome, but only their approach. So now to kick the luck factor out of the equation on how clients are serviced or how employees are serviced, you need enough mature environments. You need science to do it. You have to focus on justice and parity and fairness to all. And this is how our scientific thought processes came into existence. Cybage is known for that. We have fairly elaborate internal environments. We call it Excel show. It's basically a classic AI environment where we kick out the luck factor in the way any stakeholder in Cybage is serviced. Fairness before business. Then something strange happened. As science, smiles, and laughter began to gather momentum, our growth rate compounded in the same proportion. Before we knew it, we had crossed 500 employee mark. So the boy thought, let me go back to that big shot vice president with a bigger and better Cybage story. But by now, Compaq computers were acquired by HP and the big shot VP was nowhere to be seen. And the boy has been looking for him ever since. In the meantime, Cybage grew 10 times more. And the boy is turning 60 next year. So I think he has to stop looking for that management big shot guy. You see, we have come a long way from a pool of 50, helpless pool of 50. Today, Cybage has moved from being a low-cost provider to value proposition to prefer partner or choice for some of the largest successful product engineering companies in the world, the likes of Google and Microsoft and hundreds of other Fortune 1000 IT tech ecosystem that we have globally. Today, probably, our campus recruits only come from 50 probably different institutes. Our workforce, the alumni of who's who of tech ecosystem, and Cybage is regarded as one of the, in social media also, one of the more respected, value-driven companies across the country. We are no more a helpless pool of fish, then we are more like sharks on the prowl as if we own the ocean. One thing I must share with you all, while science can help weave any organization's DNA, what systems cannot do is provide the raw material needed for the systems processing, which is the smiles and laughter and aspirations of its constituents. That is what builds a company. If we can know how to harness that, where people are free-spirited, where there's no politics in environment, where there's a more fairness, success automatically follows. No degree of GenAI strategies can replace the real human touch in relationships, especially in the tech sector. And the more you focus on it, the more you succeed. And even if you succeed without nurturing that culture, what kind of success is that? That's more of a celebration of deep pockets, not celebration of warm hearts. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that kind of success is more lopsided. Is for the promoters, maybe who's list and rich kind of environment that you inculcate rather than thinking about your clients and your employees. So as I finish my talk today, my wish for each one, all many leaders in this audience, I'm sure, is that wherever you go, whatever you do, many times we do not have the control of the org culture. Our organizations may have their own environment, but at least we have control of our immediate vicinity, the people that we work with, our immediate subordinates, our peers, maybe immediate bosses. At least there we can kick the politics out of equation and build a very strong rapport relationship. And such relationships are very infectious. And it builds the whole org culture. That is what takes companies from good to great. I'm sure all of you are already doing it subconsciously. Probably one of the innovations that I may want to advocate today is focus on innovating how you do, not necessarily what you do. Okay. Workflow innovation, I think I have a few more minutes. I'll tell you a very tiny, one more story. So, about 15, 18 years back, we had our largest client, a company called DoubleClick. They got acquired by Google, and Google was naturally very powerful organization. They had their own way of deciding who should be their vendor or who should not be. So their strategy officer for offshoring for partners came to India. His name was Kannan, to verify whether Cybage is worthy of the partnership. So he said, Arun, tell me about Cybage. So I started telling these many people, these many offices, this kind of verticals, you know. He said, no, don't tell me what you do. Tell me how you do it. So I got very fascinated, just like I'm telling you this story. I talked about science and how you build an environment and richness in the relationships. And I got carried away. We, in fact, skipped lunch for 2-3 hours. And then I realized, what am I telling Google, of all the people, about this story? I said, I'm so sorry. You guys are the kings of innovation. What can I tell you? He said, no. Innovation is not necessarily what you do, but how you do it. Not just idea innovation. Workflow innovation is also very important. So when we talk about today's new age AI world, the objective should be, what are you trying to achieve out of it? Yes, tech has some need, right? So I personally feel focus on that. That tech and all will come and go and emerging environments will be always there. but we shouldn't forget the core purpose, and that makes a huge difference. So innovation, that's what I'm saying. Innovation is also about how you deal with people or how you build a fairer environment. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.